All right, what's up, guys? We're going to be talking about the Freedom Grooming.
Bruh.
The fuck is that?
Bruh.
The Freedom Grooming Razor. Let's get into it.
The champ is here! The champ is here!
Looking good. I would say it's nice and smooth, but let's get into it real quick. So I bought this thing, if you can see it here, I'm not sure. See if I can get in. Now I just use this thing, so forgive me if it is still wet. But anyway, let's talk about this thing. I bought this thing on January, well, I got it delivered on January 28th. And I've seen a lot of reviews on it, which eventually kind of made me say, you know what, let me get it. Mainly because I usually get a ball fade with a very light on top, and it's expensive. It's expensive. And I usually pay about $20 to $25 to get my hair cut, and I was doing it weekly because I like to stay fresh. So, eventually I started thinking, why the hell am I paying $100 a month to get a haircut when I get it cut so often that I really don't have much hair to cut? You know what I mean? So I started looking into this, and one of the things that really made me want to get it is because it was going to give me that ball fade type feeling. So usually, like I said, I usually get a ball fade like this basically does, but all over. And what I like about that is it still leaves hair on my head. Some people don't like that. Some people like it completely slick bald, but I'm not supposed to do that. So per se, my heritage and religion, you can't be bald completely. So I like that it has, it still has the little buzz to it, even though it looks very, very slick. And this thing does the job for me. Now, let's get into the biggest topic that everybody wants to know. Does it give you razor bumps? I would probably say yes and no. And the reason why I say no is because for some people, I would say if you are already used to shaving your head bald with a razor or however you do it, and you're like a veteran at it, this thing is not going to give you razor bumps. And well, I would say 90%. I would say you have a 90% chance of not getting razor bumps. Now, if you have sensitive skin, I have very sensitive skin. Even when I get ball fades, when I would get ball fades in the past, I would always go home immediately and treat my head, my skin. You know what I mean? With like antiseptics, so I don't get the razor bumps. Because even when I was in the Army, I had trouble with razor bumps, having to shave every other day and whatnot. So I knew I had very sensitive skin. I wasn't sure how I was going to react with this thing, but let's just say after the first time using it, my scalp was like on fire. It was on fire. And I'm not going to lie about it because a lot of people want to know this kind of thing. So if you have sensitive skin, yes, you're going to get razor bumps. I mean, trust me. I literally think up until maybe last week. Now, let me start over again. So I use this thing probably every 2 to 3 days after the first time because my skin was like on fire and it was very irritated. The razor bumps were starting to come. And so while I was treating it when it was very bad and flared up, I really didn't cut that much. Like I said, I was every 2 to 3 days because I wanted to continue to prep my scalp to like, this is going to happen. My scalp needs to get with it. You know what I'm saying? So what I did was in between cutting heavily, it's a good thing that I'm teleworking right now because I didn't really have to go out with my head looking crazy. But it eventually started to clear itself up. using like antiseptics and stuff like that. Carbolic soap really helped. Red carbolic soap really helped when taking a shower. But just like warm water, cool water, and massaging that carbolic soap into the skin, the scalp. Now it will dry your skin out, so immediately, you need to moisturize your head. So after doing that, I would literally say up until last week, my skin stopped being showing signs of irritation at all. I use this again today, and literally all my most of my razor bumps, most of them are from old scarring, but I haven't developed any new razor bumps. So everything is nice and slick. And when I say I had razor bumps, my razor bumps were usually in the edges, behind the ears, along the nape, stuff like that. But like I said, they're pretty much cleared up. And I think consistency is what you really need. So if you do tend to have sensitive skin and are susceptible to razor bumps, I think you have to approach this with caution. Try your best not to do this. Oh, definitely don't do it dry. Let me tell you that. I would never suggest using this thing on a dry scalp or without your hair being wet. I start to use this now in the shower, and basically what I will do is, in addition to using this in the shower, for me, water is not enough. I need to pre-prep my head with some type of oil, mineral oil, or something like a castor oil mixture. I need to do that to prep my hair. Even when you get the package, you might get a pre-shave oil that they have. Works really well. I lather that up, and then I get in the shower. And once I get in the shower, sometimes I'll use the shaving cream that it came with, and then I will just kind of lightly rinse it off, and then I start to shave, and it keeps my scalp nice and moist, even though the water is hitting it, and I don't get that friction, because when you start getting a lot of friction, that's where you're going to get bumps. So avoid that. Keep your hair moisturized. Like I said, I do it in the shower. I never do it dry anymore. It's a nightmare. But yeah, I think consistency is what you need to eventually avoid the razor bumps. Your skin has to get used to this thing cutting on it. And once it gets used to it, your hairs will start to grow in a different form to where it's not going to bubble up and give you those razor bumps. But yeah, definitely this it's worth it. I still think it's worth it. Like I said, it's been 34 days since I've owned it. And after the first 2 times, I really considered throwing it in the garbage. Just because I didn't really want to deal with the razor bumps. But I realized that I know I have sensitive skin, and if I'm going to continue to shave, I need to continue to do it so my skin would, eventually not react to it. I'm glad I stuck with it. This thing works great. Today was actually the fastest time I had of actually cutting my hair with this thing. I didn't have to worry about it. I think I emptied it out once while I was in the shower, and basically I did the same thing. Today I did not lather my hair up with oil before getting in the shower. I literally got in the shower, got my head wet, and I used the shaving cream, scrubbed it in really good on my head, got it nice and frothy, and then as I started to shave, I just and then I put a little water, kind of rinse it off a little bit so the shaving cream doesn't clog up this. And literally I sat in there and did it until I felt like it was smooth. Went back over it again to see if I felt any rough patches, and jumped out the shower when I was done showering. And after that, what I usually do is I usually dry off, pat my head dry, and then I will go right again to the oil. Oil your scalp up really nice, get that oil in there, because you have probably about a 3-minute window once you get out of the shower to really lock moisture into your skin. So get out the shower, oil it up again, and that's when I get the fine tooth comb, if you will. I'll get the mirror and I start to see if there's any spots that I missed, and I just touch it up, touch it up, you know. Usually the top of the head is what most people have problems with because it's hard to see if you have any lines or streaks. So I just go in a circular motion, literally on the top of my head. I go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then I just do a little circle motion so I can see everything is gone. And that's it. I mean, this thing, I would say, is worth the money if you're looking into getting something to maintain your shaved head look. Now, prior to today, I used it 2 days ago. I kind of want to get into the habit of doing it every other day. The reason being is because the longer you wait, the more irritated your skin's probably going to get. The more often you shave, the less irritated it's going to get. It's expecting it. Your hair growth doesn't come out as much. You know, your skin is expecting you to cut your hair. So now it feels great. Over every part of my head that I used to have the razor bumps, it just glides over it. Doesn't cause any more irritation, like I said. So if you're looking to grab a Freedom grooming head shaver, I think it's worth it. I think any of the packages that they sell is pretty good. I would say probably go for the cheaper bundle first, just to get used to it instead of buying all this stuff. And maybe sign up for, I think they have a special where you can get razors like after every, like some kind of subscription box. I'm not sure, I have to look, but definitely get an extra one. And I would probably, like, I'm probably going to keep this razor head maybe another month. I'll probably dump it after the next month and then get another one. So get a new head. What I do in between shaving is I take these off when I'm cleaning it. When I'm done using it, I clean it out. And what I do is I get a red cup, you know, like a red party cup. I open everything up and I just let it sit in alcohol and peroxide. Put alcohol and peroxide in that cup, and I usually let it sit overnight or just sit in there until I get ready to use it. And the reason why I do that is because you don't want to introduce more bacteria into your scalp, especially if you have razor bumps and you're trying to heal. Now, I forgot to mention this. If you do get razor bumps, the thing that I used was I used a mixture of spotting with Blue Star ointment and spotting with like Neosporin. I think it's like Neosporin, triple antibiotic or whatever. And I just spotted where, you know, the bumps were and around where I felt irritated. And then I backdoored and got aloe vera gel, and just would always put a light thin coating on my head. And then once that dried up, I go back and put on some regular moisturizer. And the Blue Star ointment, the triple antibiotic, and the aloe vera really, really helps to keep the skin moist, your scalp moist. And it actually helps to heal your razor bumps quickly. I mean, so quick that it would dry up. And at first I got scared because I was just like, oh shit, because it would dry up and it was healing so fast that, you know, once you went in there, you know, you do this to your hair to make sure it's, you know, it's moist. You started feeling scabs and stuff come off, and your skin was flaking off, and underneath it was smooth again. So I was just like, holy crap. That was like fast healing time. So yeah, definitely use those if you have sensitive skin. Even if you don't, I would say use it anyway, just to prevent you getting bumps and razor burn and all that stuff. But yeah, definitely worth it. I will see if I can get a code to put at the bottom of this link. And yeah, if you want to use my code to possibly get one, awesome. If not, awesome. But yeah, if you're looking for something that is reliable, I would definitely say grab one, try it out, but not just try it out. I would say do an extended trial. Like I said, day 34 for me. My scalp is completely healthy now. It works great. I don't get any more irritation, and that to me is a win. But yeah, you're gonna have to go through some bullshit if you have sensitive skin right away. It's gonna get irritated. Got to deal with it. and move on. So yeah, definitely happy. Good customer. I'm happy. So I'll be sticking with it until I decide I don't want to shave my head anymore. But I think I like this look, and I'm going to keep it. Catch you in the next video. Peace.